basically the first image that I want to share, and it's an image that I've taken from the previous stream. And for those of you who watched the stream on Sunday know that, I said that even though that this week was going to be a big week in terms of, are we getting a 25 basis point cut, 50 BPS whatsoever, right? We got the 50 BPS cut, and we actually had Powell being, a bit dovish at the presser, and all things considered, that's probably why, well, not probably, but that's why we're getting, a huge move upwards in risk. And I think for the remainder of the year, that's likely going to remain the base case, if nothing really happens. Now, I think the most important takeaway here is that yes, we got 50 BPS cut, yes, we got dovish Powell, but we still are dependent on economic data, and we do not want to see unemployment rate rise, for example, right? We want to see everything stay level-headed. We don't want to see any weird shit, because at that point we're heading back lower, right? So that's going to be very important to keep an eye on. But the thing that I want to discuss here is, for those of you who watched the stream last Sunday, is that I said no matter what happens, right? If these are the ranges that we're trading within, we're trading above previous month VWAP, and I said, I will draw it out one more time. I said, if we're going to be spiking lower and we're filling in the gap here, and we can reclaim previous month VWAP as support, then this is your long trigger for a move towards what? Towards previous quarterly value low, previous month value high, and potentially even the previous quarterly VWAP, right? If we can reclaim that as support. Now, fast forward to what we have today, right? This is what we got. We got that push lower, filled in this gap, right? Then we reclaimed previous month VWAP on the lower time frames. We had a picture perfect retest of the 30-day rolling VWAP. Where do we go? We go towards previous quarterly value low, and now we're trading within the upper bracket. So for those of you who took the trade alongside me, well done. Within this stream, we're going to be going everything all together in terms of yearly, quarterly, monthly VWAP, and so on, what I'm expecting going forward. I do have some questions for you guys to see whether or not you're getting the point of what we're discussing today, but without further ado, let's dive in. So that's that. Right here we've got apologies, my voice is a bit, and let's have a look. Is my is everything all right in terms of my screen? I think so. Let's make a double check. Can everybody see my screen, right? You can, right? Yo, what's up, Javid? Hope you're well, man. I think right here within this screen, the most important takeaway here is that I have provided a visual here where we have law 5 and law number 1. Law 5 is we expect more of the same until proven otherwise. This basically means that we are rotational within value, right? Until proven otherwise. That's basically what we're doing, right? Law number 1 is balance is all we know, meaning, we're trading this balance area until proven otherwise. We're not going to be assuming anything. We know that the value area high resistance, we know the value area low support, and now that we're trading above VWAP, we can, turn bullish because a likely destination will be value area high there, right? I've drawn on the right side value area high, point of control, value low there. Bitcoin saw a push above yearly VWAP. During Sunday, I said as well, I will allow for some deviation back below VWAP, but ultimately it needs to show me that close back above. And at that point, we can target poor highs into that yearly developing value area high, because all we're really doing is value area low, right? Right there. Value area high, right there. We're basically playing the extremes of this range, and that's basically the same range that we have within yearly developing value. So as long as we maintain yearly VWAP as support, I am inclined to think that we're going to be heading towards yearly developing value area high, and that's around 68K. All right. So this is the yearly. Now I want to move towards the next one, and this is the quarterly value. On the quarterly value, we've got something interesting as well, right? Neglect this typo here. It needs to say accepts within value. Not sure why I can't type, but it's accepts. And in this example, it's from the website, but in this example, it's from a reversion to the downside. In this case, it is the exact opposite, right? we're seeing acceptance back within value. So let's go over that. The first thing that I want to point out is the quarterly developing value, which is this band right there, right? This blue band, that's the developing quarterly VWAP, developing value area high, developing value area low. At the end of this month, we're getting new previous quarterly value. Basically similar to what we see within this gray area, right? This is previous quarterly value, these extremes, extended throughout time. We can see the relevance right there, right? Resistance. And now that we're trading back above, something interesting has occurred or might occur. But what I want to point out is that within 2 weeks, this developing value will become our next most important area to look for potential trades, where we're getting a VWAP around there, previous quarterly value area high there, previous quarterly value area low there, right? So, when this occurs, we're going to be doing a stream, but just know that we're coming close to quarterly close, and that's going to be providing some excellent trades along the way. Until then, what do we have? Well, let's zoom in a bit more. Right now, we have a previous quarterly value, which is the shaded area right there, right? We've got value area high, right there. And then we've got value area low right there. As per law of market dynamics, what do we do when we accept back within value? Well, price recently accepts back within value will attempt to traverse the entire value area. In this case, it was a bearish shift when we accept from above back within value, retest value area high, and then we continue to auction lower towards the lower boundaries. In this case, we are accepting back within what? Within previous quarterly value, meaning if we do get a retest back towards value area low, we want to see buyers stepping in. In my opinion, if Bitcoin is going to be bullish, I need to see 62K hold support. Now, there are some other things that we want to take note of, but so far, 62K is going to be very important. So if we can sell off back into this level, I want to see buyers stepping in. And at that point, you can actively look for longs for a rotation higher towards 65K again, right? Is that clear? So we're now basically accepting back within quarterly value. This is bullish for Bitcoin. I'm not saying that you need to be looking for longs here because we're reaching up into quarterly developing value area high. So no surprise that we're getting sellers stepping in here, right? Right at the quarterly developing value area high. So what I'm expecting is, or what I would love to trade is when we start forming a range here. And then we have range low, we've got range high. And then what I would love to see is, is spike into previous quarterly value area low, reclaiming the support. And that's going to be your long trigger towards 65/66K. I tend to believe we have now accepted until it is defended. I fear deviation, and that's good. And that's a good point to make. And that's why I always tell people, trade what is, not what if. So I'm not going to be saying, well, what if this is a deviation? Well, we'll see when it happens. But when we get that retest, we know what we're looking for. And at that point, we're going to be looking for longs or shorts if we start trading back below, okay? Moving forward, monthly. Another great example of law number 4 and law number 6. So let's go over that together. Law number 4. Price often retests the areas where the condition is shifted, imbalanced, balanced. What does that mean? It means that right here, when we're trading in the middle of previous month value, the market is in a rotational environment. When we're accepting above previous month value, the market is in an imbalanced up market. Now, where did the market shift condition from a rotational environment to an imbalanced up market? That's right here at the value area high, right? Value area high there. So for us to remain bullish, we need to see previous month value area high hold of support. So in an event where we get a pullback into previous month value area high, we want to look for longs for potential continuation higher towards an older value area high. Now, take a look at the right side of this chart. We can see that the previous month value area high is confluent with 62K, which is the previous quarterly value area low, right? So all in all, it's a level of confluence for us. So it's a big level. This takes me towards law number 6. You might ask me, well, what if we're accepting above previous month value area high? Well, good for you. We're accepting above. Then what? Well, in terms of if you were to ask yourself, what am I going to be targeting? Price often trades back to old value, right? To previously established value. In this case, we've got a previous month value from 2 months ago, right? This area right there, let me just zoom it out, right there, right? This grayed out zone. This right here, value area high. This right here, point of control, or in other words, VWAP. It is confluent with this month value area high. So all in all, it's a good level. And then we've got value area low right there, value area low. But, you know, we can't really be using that. However, if we extend that throughout time, look at the interaction, right? Pretty good. But law number 6, price often trades back to old value. That means we can maintain, if price can maintain support here at that value area high, I want to see that shift higher towards previously established value. In this case, it is an older value area high, and it lines up with a sweep above equal highs there. So the trade we have now defined are based on the yearly. We're accepting above yearly VWAP. Likely destination purely based on the yearly time frame is going to be value area high. That's around 68K. Quarterly time frame. Price recently accepts back within value, will attempt to traverse the entire value area. That means if value area will hold support, take a look, 62K right there, we can expect price to rotate towards previous quarterly VWAP at least, which is slightly above, again, those equal highs, right? So first point of control and then value area high. But in this case, point of control is around 65.5-ish, okay? Moving towards the monthly again. The monthly, again, accepted above previous month value. Look at the interactions here, right? Developing monthly value area high, super clean. Previous month value area low, super clean, right? So just beautiful levels to be trading these on a higher time frame perspective. We got an old value area high, slightly above equal highs there. I think as long as previous month value area high holds as support, which is confluent with quarterly value area low, right? We can expect the market to rotate towards, again, 66K. Now, in this case, I want something from you guys. I want to know what you think if you're looking at a 5-month composite here, which is basically, based on VWAP, the 5 previous months merged all together, which gives us a distribution like that, right? Like we see right here with a value area high there, point of control there, value area low there. There are certain rules in terms of market dynamics that we covered during this stream. I want to ask you guys, what do you expect going forward? What's the trade that you would write down? If I were to ask you, based on the 5-month composite and based on where we are currently trading relative to value, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Now let me know in the chat and I'll wait. And don't be shy. Because I want to know if it's coming close, if it's coming home. That's not exactly right. Very good. So we've got a camp that goes for the short. We've got a camp that goes for the longs. But all in all, it is good to see that you guys know that when we're accepting back within a 5-month composite, right? Yes, we need to become bearish at the point of control. However, until we reach the point of control, let's say there's 2 outcomes, right? We had towards point of control, form a range, spike into it, reject. This is the short scenario, right? If we don't do that right away and we start to trade back towards the value area low, form a range, right? Fill in this gap, maybe right there, take it, deviate a bit, then reclaim it. Then in my opinion, this trade right here is going to be your swing trade all the way back towards 66K. And at that point, we can determine, hey, are we getting a rejection, right? At that point, we can look for shorts, or are we getting acceptance above for continuation towards value area high? But what I want you guys, or what I what I really want to, I don't know how to pronounce that or how to say that, but what I want to tell you guys here is that when there's a whole lot of noise into the markets, right? Similar to, when we've got 50 BPS rate cuts, what are they going to be doing? We've got economic data that's going to be really important. If you were neglecting all of it, right, you would still be trading these auctionable levels. Now, sure, it will help to understand the underlying data that is driving the market. I'm definitely not saying that that's not important, but I want to tell you guys that, going forward, if you want to have a higher time frame approach on the market, I would say the destination is going to be the point of control. And if we're getting that retest, like let's say that we start ranging here and then we get a maybe even a monthly close back within the 5-month composite and we start to retest value area low, then this is not the area that you want to be looking for shorts. Instead, you want to be looking for longs. What happens if we get really bad economic data, we head back into recession? Well, at that point, we start trading back below value area low again. And at that point, we know what we can do, which is we actively look for shorts on a retest. And at that point, we can target lower prices again, right? But until then, right now, I would say things are starting to look pretty good. Right, we're heading into some overhead resistance here based on the quarterly, right? Because quarterly developing value area high there, it is still resistance. But if we can get that retest at that composite value area low, confluent with previous quarterly value area low, confluent with previous month value area high, I'd say, if there's going to be a support, then that's it. It is similar to market profile. So I would say if you have, let's say that we do weekly values, right? We open up the week. We've got weekly VWAP right there. We've got standard deviation 1, standard deviation -1. We close the week. Then we've got previous week value that's extended throughout time, right? And then we have another week going like that, and eventually it closes and has 50% overlap with the previous value. That's a solid merge in my opinion. So I would say look for at least a 50% value overlap with the previous week, month, year, whatever, with the previous value. And another thing that's really important and that not a whole lot of people take note of is that I'll do it with market profile as well, is whenever like this is a picture perfect composite, right? We've got value area day 1, day 2. We've got the value area from day 2 perfectly aligning with day 1. Now, this is a solid merge, right? We can add these 2 days together, which will give us a 2-day composite. But we don't really always get it like that, right? Oftentimes we get 1 day of value, then we start trading upwards. We don't really have 50% value overlap at all, but then we've got like a 3rd day overlapping with these 3, right? Now, I would say that given the context that, the bigger picture is telling you that, we have 3 days of bracketing environment here, and we haven't really moved whatsoever. So in my opinion, while there initially is not really a 50% value overlap with the previous day, in this case, I will definitely merge all 3 days together to see if the end result resembles a profile that looks like that. And as long as the end result looks like that, at that point, I think you made a good looking composite. Now, the same goes for VWAP as well, right? So again, to finish this off, if we put all the levels in a single chart, it's again the same chart as last Sunday. We have been trading above, these are the ranges, right? Range 1, range 2, and range 3. And the market was auctioning within these boundaries. Then it deviated below previous month VWAP, right? Acceptance back above. This was that long towards previous quarterly value low, previous month value high, 5-month value low, huge ass resistance. Now that we're trading above, combined with equal highs there, right? Combined with a contextual level in the form of a previous quarterly VWAP and a 5-month value area low, No, not value low. I'm bugging here. It's the 5-month point of control. I'm retarded. My bad. So to me, if we're getting, maybe another deviation slightly below previous quarterly value low, right? Let's say that we get something along these lines where we start forming a range, we spike it, reclaim it, basically what we have right there. And at that point, I think it opens up for the move towards equal highs. Now, acceptance above, I'd say, acceptance above the 5-month point of control would already be insanely bullish. However, acceptance above 70k, which is the value area high from a 5-month composite, and we're going to go towards all-time highs really, really fast. All right. And I think with that, we conclude today's, midweek review on Bitcoin. The auctionable levels remain the same. We went over yearly, quarterly, monthly timeframes again. I think it's pretty straightforward from this point on. These are the levels that you want to be paying attention to. If we start trading towards it, don't be the guy that shorts into it, right? Look for potential longs for the rotation higher. So again, the ranges that we're trading are this range, then we've got that range, and then we have that range. And it's simple as that. Is that clear for everybody? And if there are no further questions, all right, that's great, man. That's good to hear. Again, 25 minutes, guys, and that's all it takes. Like, if you want to get familiar with these things, you can do it yourself every day, every morning. If you run into problems or into questions that you're like, CTU, when I look at you, it's okay, but when I do it myself, I mean, it means fuck all to me or whatever. Write down your questions and bring them to the next stream, and then we can go over it, man. All right? Non-Chinese streams are fast as fuck, boy. Yeah, man. I mean, if I'm eating Chinese, then it's all a bit lean back because I'm trying to, get my food all sorted up. But no. So how do I approach risk? Everybody has their own risk profile. It's different to me in terms of, am I taking swing trades, intraday trades, and so on. One of the things that I like to do is I like to grade my trades. So for example, an A+ trade, I will risk maybe 0.5 of my capital that I'm trading with. And maybe a B trade, I'm risking 0.3. So it's just, for me personally, it's like a gut feeling. If the trade feels right, if everything lines up, then I'll go with 0.5, 0.8. But you'll never see me take on huge risk. So yeah, pretty boring, straightforward approach. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Do you want to check some else tonight too? We can do that. Let's do another stream tomorrow, maybe, with some altcoins. What altcoins are you guys in? Type them here in the chat. I'll write them down as well. And then we do an altcoin stream tomorrow. What is it? Today's Thursday. Tomorrow evening, maybe. We can do that. Do you think this type of charting is useful? Yeah, oh yeah. Do you think it's useful, bro? I mean, this is the sauce for altcoins. Oh, well, let's do that tomorrow. Link and Jasmine. All right. What else? Send me your shit coins. I'll show you how it's done on altcoins tomorrow. The sweet and sour, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe you can use the screener for that, Grant. In terms of what, we can take a look at the screening tomorrow as well when filtering trades. Maybe that's something of interest. Sweet and sour. Sweet and sour, that's how I said it. Do I say that? Probably say that totally fucked up, but Zero Tau. All right. Polkadot, it's in coma for years. Okay. Nightroot. Is that even an altcoin, bro? Zoetzuur. Zoetzure saus. Lekkere saus. But I'm gonna do a stream in Dutch one day. Gonna laugh my balls off. All right. So wrapping it up, bro. More like it's a bread and butter. Lekker. Is gewoon lekker, man. Lekker sausje erbij. Gewoon lekker. All right, so tomorrow, I think maybe same time, an altcoin stream would be good. I will show you guys how I approach altcoin markets. We will use the screener, the VWAP on altcoins, and then we are going to be building out some charts to see what's up. All right. I've taken note of all the altcoins on the chat right here, but I'm going to be posting a tweet tomorrow. Make sure to post it below that tweet as well, because my brain is rotten, so I'm definitely going to be forgetting it. Yes. It's always recorded and posted, bro. You can find all my streams on the channel. I'm not going to be streaming on Twitter anymore because it's just streaming in 720p. It's dog shit. By the way, how's the quality for you guys from this stream? Because in the previous stream, I was downscaling my resolution from 2K to 1080p, and now I've actually managed to put my monitor resolution in 1080p, so I'm recording in 1080p. So is it like crystal super clean, silky smooth? Damn, that's yeah. Because I was rewatching the previous stream, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Next time when my stream is dog shit, just tell me, bro. Like, I was rewatching that, I was like, "Damn." All right, the quality is excellent. This is what we want to hear. So, with that being said, guys, this is all for you, right? This is Raw and Arrow as well. Like, it's all love. Look at that. That's nice, right? Have a wonderful Thursday evening. I will see you guys tomorrow where we go over some altcoins. Going to be fun. Take care, guys. Peace.